It's so hard to reach to people to collab. I always feel like I'll be annoying the person reaching to him asking for a collab. Man, I don't think that's or at least I don't. I wouldn't look at it that way, you know. First of all, if you believe that about yourself, there's a chance that it might just actually come through, you know. I think it's worth flipping the script on that, right? Like I know this is a subtle thing, but like what if you were actually me reaching out to somebody is like doing them a service, right? Not in like a really self-aggrandizing way, but just like, no, I think I have genuine value to bring to this person as a collaborator, right? Like what if that is the approach that you took mentally, and then what would you have to do in order to make sure that were true, right? So if you're nervous about approaching someone for a collab, let's look at why. Maybe you feel like there's a big sort of like, and as much as numbers don't matter, it is definitely something that like we'll look at, right? If someone's making music professionally and someone's hitting them up who, and Giuseppe, I don't know where your numbers, so to speak, are at, but like, professional musicians will want to work with other professional musicians because there's just like a higher return on investment in that, right? So what I would say is probably wise to hit up people like around the same like size as you in terms of following and fans and whatnot. That way you just have the highest like chance of coming up together, right? You learn together, you grow together, and when you're both doing well, it's a mutual thing. It's like sometimes I'll reach out to people that are way, beyond what I've accomplished in terms of career. And I know it's just like, look, I gotta come at them, make it as easy as possible for them to say yes. My approach is always like, let me send you a folder of beats, and if you like them, just hit my email. Like, no sweat if not, all good, love what you do, thanks for being you, here's some stuff inspired by you, I hope you like it. If you do, reach out to me, maybe we can work something out. That way it's just, you're purely giving of yourself. You don't have to worry about like, hey, do you like my stuff? It's just like, here it is, up to you, it's in your hands. You reach out to me at this place, email, Instagram, whatever, if you want to continue the conversation. And maybe like wait another year, and if you don't hear back, hey, got more stuff, still love you, still love what you do, here's some more stuff, let me know. And if no big deal. Not a big deal, doesn't matter, but just wanted to let you know. I think that sort of approach has borne the most fruit, and I just think if I'm on the receiving end of that, even if I'm not going to work with that person, I still appreciate the approach. I'm still like, okay, I respect, it's a very low touch sort of thing, but they've made some music that seems to be customized for me. So they're thinking about like, dude, that feels really good when someone does that. And I can see that they've invested the time. So I'm more inclined to give them the time if they've invested the time in trying to basically like win my attention. And I think that's true for people who, at all echelons of the industry and with all degrees of fandom and audience size and everything. So yeah, that's great advice for collaborations and things alike. Make sure you have value to bring to the table. Yeah, I mean, you have to. Otherwise you're taking from somebody else. And like who, anyone worth their salt will like, why would anyone do that? Why would anyone give of themselves just because someone asked? It's like anyone can ask. You have to be giving, and then maybe you can get in return. But I think if you're leading with, hey, I did this for you, what do you say? And they say no, and it's like, all right, cool, no worries. I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna move them somewhere else. You still made the stuff that you sent over, so they're yours. You can do with them what you want. I just think that's probably the best way. And you want to cater directly to the people that you want to collaborate with, because you want to show them that you give a shit. If you just kind of hit them up and be like, hey, can we like, someone hit me up on Instagram last week and they were like, hey man, I really love your stuff, like awesome, like thanks man, yeah, I appreciate it, like do you want to collab? I don't know, it wasn't obvious to me like what we should start doing, and I have no relationship with this person. I don't know anything about them. It was a cold email, nothing wrong with, or a cold DM rather, nothing wrong with it, but it's like I just noticed, I clocked for myself, I'm just like, I'm a lot less likely to want to work with this person because I don't know exactly like where to start. And now it's like on me to start with this person, but they don't, like this person doesn't have a following. So like, I would be helping them out a lot in terms of like, if they want to, be on like a bigger release or something like that. And I not trying to say this to brag, but just like, that's more or less what it is. So what's good? Why would I take this opportunity over another one, right? That's kind of what I'm looking at. It's like, why would somebody that you want to collaborate with take your opportunity that you're giving them over something else that might be in their inbox, right? You have to think about why that might be the case. What value you would bring to the table. And if it's not monetary or like audience, then what else is it? Is it that you really are really good at one specific thing that you think they could, use more of? Well, awesome. Send them some examples. Send an example. Like if you're really good at scratching, right? Say you're really good at scratching as just like a thing. Send some examples of you scratching over their beats and send it to them and be like, this is what I could do. It's work. If I received that, I'd be like, damn, like, okay, yeah, next time, okay, maybe not right now, but next time I feel like I need scratching on a beat, maybe I'll hit them up. Maybe I'll just let them know. Because holy shit, this person clearly gives a shit. They took the time to learn my songs, scratch over them, and send it over. And they just let me know. They didn't put any pressure on the situation or the transaction, right? Much more likely. Just that's gonna pop in my head when I think about the thing that they do well, right? Because they've let me know they do it well. They've let me know that they care and that they're interested in building a relationship. And then they said, hey, no sweat. Take your time. That's a very considerate approach. So if I'm 6 months down the line, I'm working on a song, I'm like, damn, this really needs some like record scratching. I can hit this person up because I know that they do it and I know that they'd probably be down. And if they're not, then okay, yeah, no big deal. Like, maybe they blew up in the meantime and I mean nothing to them anymore. Who cares? Who knows? I don't know. Nothing fucking knows. Yeah. Let them do all the work and put your name on it for clout. Exactly what you don't fucking want to do. It's just, you're never gonna get anything that way. You're never gonna get, I mean, maybe, but like, you'd be very lucky. Proposing what I can do, what I think is valuable. Dude, that's the way to do it, man. I mean, truly. Propose what you can do, what you think is valuable. I think, and I mentioned this a few times, but I think this is extremely important. Send audio examples. Send audio examples of you doing to, like, alongside the music that this person might be familiar with too. Like, if you send them like guitar, like well-recorded, well-conceived, like say you play guitar, like guitar lines over like an intro to one of their songs that like you feel like is needing a guitar line, then you're basically just putting in their brain that you might be a valuable addition to the mix. And you just never know. And recognize also that like you might bring one specific skill to the table and it might not be beat making. Might not be like, yo, we should both make a beat together. It should be like, yo, here's 6 guitar loops that I wrote with you in mind, or here's 6 keys sounds that I wrote with you in mind, and loops, and like we can start here or something. It's like I don't know what the prescription is. It really depends on the person. But I think, doing your very best and providing that to someone in context, without expectation and for free is the best approach. And sometimes you just get flat out rejected. Sometimes you don't, you just get completely ignored. And like, no sweat, you're not working with them any less than you were. It's just, now you know. And I feel like truth is usually better than fiction in that sense. At least now you know. You don't have to focus on that person or that project. Just cool. All right. Maybe in 6 months I'll try again. Maybe in a year I'll try again, but no big deal.